Hey, how are you? Welcome to today's deep dive. As you guys come in, please let me know in the chat where you're joining me from. I would love that. We have Jess here with us helping to manage all of that, so I'll be able to take some questions. But I'd love to know where you're from. You're probably looking at me like, who is this woman? My name is Shannon Johnson. I am KCM's brand director, and I'm so happy to join you today. George is on a nice vacation. He's been working hard, so he needs some time off. So whenever you see me, I'll be coming to you with some information about your brand, marketing, and fun fact about me. For those who are joining, I am also a real estate agent licensed here in the Commonwealth of Virginia since 2019. So I'll be bringing you marketing, branding tips, and also talking to you about the market realtor to realtor. So again, welcome, 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 welcome. I'm not sure what the weather is like in your neck of the woods, but it looks like it's going to be a nice hot week here in Richmond. So welcome to this week's deep dive. Again, my name is Shannon Johnson, KCM's brand director, and I'm so happy to join you. Now, video is very, very important. I'll give you guys a few minutes as you're coming in. Again, let me know exactly where you're coming in from. But we're going to talk about the power of video marketing, building your real estate brand. Very important. And I'd like to start off first by talking about the market and why video is so important, because there are so many reasons why video is so important. Number one, if you are a member and you had an opportunity to take a look at the monthly market report in June, it is phenomenal, phenomenal. It was delivered by Steve Harney, and these first slides that I'm going to share are some information from that wonderful presentation from Steve Harney, our founder. This shows price stabilization from 4 different sources, and as you'll see, there is a trend here. And I'm not going to speak to it the way that Steve did. I'm going to speak to it from a brand perspective, from real estate perspective of how we should look at this as far as our messaging. What this shows me is that we have a message to tell. I'm going to show you this next one with the price movement. This is the same visual, but just a different way to show it from Case-Shiller, FHFA, and CoreLogic. And this is really showing you that we were up, right? We were up until about June of 2022, and then it came crashing down, and we all felt it. We all felt it. And then for about 6 months, we were in the red. And since January, February, we're now on an uptick. This is only showing through March. However, we are still seeing it on the rise, which is great news. The thing about messaging is a lot of people out there are still hearing negative headlines nationally. As you know, a lot of news takes a very negative turn or a negative skew because they feel like more people are going to pay attention to it that way. But we as real estate agents have a story to tell. We've got to tell them that this red that they were feeling from July until January of this year or until December of last year is now the worst is behind us. And home values and home prices are stabilizing and continue to rise. And that's good news. And hopefully we have to give them the hope that it is changing, and we've got their back, and we're going to educate them and keep them focused on the task at hand, getting them to the finish line, selling or buying a home. So this tells me we've got a message to tell. What is one of the best ways to deliver a message? You got it. Video. I would love to also know from you all who is currently using video as a marketing tool in their business. Tell me, I want to know. Also, if you're not using video as a marketing tool, be honest with me. I know that we're busy, and sometimes there are people who just don't have the time or just simply don't want to see themselves on camera. Let me know. I'm hoping that this session today, this webinar today, will help you to feel like you've got the confidence to move into that space. All right, so right now we see that based off of this, we have a message to tell, and the message is the worst is behind us and the market is stabilizing and it's moving in a positive direction. Number 2, why video? This is from a really wonderful article from Inman.com. If you have not had the opportunity to take a look at it, it's great article. Why you can't, by the numbers, why you can't afford to skip video marketing. I've pulled some highlights here. Home buyers are turning to the internet before they turn to real estate agents. So you need to have an online presence if you want them to find you and your listings. Now, the last listing I had on the market, Richmond has actually continued to be a very healthy market. Yes, we felt some of that red that we showed in the last slides, but it is very healthy here. My last listing sold 40 over asking in about 20 hours with five offers. However, that's not everywhere, but I know that there are a lot of markets that are feeling that as well. But we've got to be in front of people regardless if the market is healthy or not. This comes from 92% of home buyers use the internet to help them find a home versus 87% of home buyers who use a real estate agent. So there are less people using a real estate agent than those who are finding a home online. Now, you all know that we know what we're doing as real estate agents, so it's important that we're the ones to get them to the finish line. On top of that, home buyers spend 3 weeks searching online before engaging an agent. So this shows me our buyers and sellers are online, and we have to be. And one of the best ways to be online is video. Here are some stats and facts. 85% of buyers and sellers want a realtor who markets using video. However, only 15% of real estate agents are utilizing video. 85% want it, 15% of us are utilizing it. In addition, this is also, by the way, from that Inman.com article, great read. 80% of viewers remember the message delivered via video. So if you want it to stick, deliver it via video. And this is a big stat, 403%. Domain.com stated that video increased listing inquiries by 403%. So if you're also looking to build your business and build your brand, doing video effectively is definitely important to do. All right, so now we know the market is important. We have a message to tell where the market is concerned. We know that video is important because it is the #1 way to get through and penetrate in this very noisy market. So let's continue. Why video? #1, video does not just tell a story, it shows it. When an audience can hear a message and see it described in a visual way, it helps for the information to stick. #2, video increases engagement and click-throughs. Now, you all have heard of that really fancy word, algorithms, right? And many of you probably have it all figured out, where the other half of us, or the other 80-90%, are just like, what the heck is all this algorithm stuff? In brief, the algorithms where videos are concerned are just video ranks high on news feeds, which is going to help you to have more engagement and more clicks, right? #3, people are busy with short attention spans. If I don't stop talking soon, I'm going to lose all of you, right? Because it's going to be like, I got to move on to the next thing. And I can tell you that there was probably a time where you were scrolling through Facebook or Instagram and you had a friend of yours that posted a lot of words, and you probably read the first 3 lines. But if they would have said all of that in the video, you probably would have watched it, right? I mean, it happened to me. All right, #4, consumers prefer video. So we have some stats here that pretty much share that consumers want video. We're looking at 90% of people want video over static content. That is a big, big amount of people. So we have to give the people what they want. #5, video is a cost-effective way to market at scale. Back in the good old days, let's say 5-10 years ago, it was really only these large companies that could afford to create video. So we were limited in what we could do. Then we have all these wonderful social media platforms that are video focused, or social media platforms that aren't video focused, but have now really focused on video as something that is very important and ranks very high in their algorithms. So we as marketers, we as real estate agents are able to reach thousands, or if you're really fancy, millions in just the click of one video. Just a huge game changer at little to no cost. #6, this to me is one of the most important things. And I know that many people are nervous, right? It's just, you see that red light come on a video, or you put the phone in front of you and you start to look at your bags. I mean, I've got them. Got a lot of good stuff under here getting rid of these bags today, and it probably didn't help, but that's who you are, and you are your brand. Video adds a human element, and it is so important that we are showing who we are, because we are our brand. All right, so here are some videos that if you are looking to add to what you're already doing, maybe just to have a checklist of some videos you can do, I've got a list here of some really wonderful videos to get you started. And don't be overwhelmed by this. If you're not using videos now, the goal is to try at least one of these by the end of the week. If you are using most of these, kudos to you. What can we do to enhance those even more? I've got some suggestions for you at the end of this today. Agent introduction video. This is a really simple way just to let people know who you are. You can be as creative as you want, but this is really you getting on camera and letting people know who you are, what you do, the type of service you provide, and maybe some cool quirks about you. Number 2, educational videos. There are so many things we can educate people about. How-to videos are very popular. So how to prepare your house to get ready to list. 101, escrow one-on-one. What is escrow all about? So there are so many things that you can do there. Educate people. Property tours and neighborhood tours. So property tours, of course, are wonderful. I would encourage you all to level up your property tours. You can hire someone to do 3D tours, or you can get some different tools on your phone that allows you to do video tours, but you just want to make sure the home is well lit. And these walkthroughs that are showing people all of the wonderful highlights of the property are ideal. But just make sure that you're doing that in the most professional way, because of course that's going to be a reflection of your brand. Also, neighborhood tours. Here in this area, I live on the north side and sell a lot of property on the north side of Richmond, so I know that area very, very well. Talk about the neighborhood, talk about the history of the neighborhood, some of the restaurants you go to, so that you're focused on what's happening without it being so salesy with real estate. And again, showing your personality and your brand with the call to action, a strong call to action of how to get in contact with you. Whiteboard videos. So we all have our whiteboards at home, hopefully in our home office where we have all of our buyers and sellers listed. Get a nice clean whiteboard. This is going to be one of those focused on an area where you are very knowledgeable and you can talk about it like the back of your hand. And something where if there's a visual associated with it, it's going to help your audience to be able to understand. And they're casual. This is also where you can add some fun and be creative. But you have your whiteboard up and you're talking about some different things and you're giving some tips. And then again, always a strong call to action to let people know where to find you and how to get in contact with you. Client testimonials speaks for itself. You have some clients, hopefully many clients, who love you and who will always use you. Get them to tell people how you feel, how you work, and all the great things about you. Expert Q&A. So I created this video before I got to Keeping Current Matters and found out how amazing their products were. And it was 11 minutes, I think maybe even 12 minutes. And long form videos have a place, but for this on Instagram, way too long, didn't get a lot of views. But I had so much to share and so much information, so much so that I started talking about the mortgage industry. And I had a lender friend of mine say, pump the brakes, probably shouldn't have talked about that. Why don't you leave that up to me? And I was like, ding, 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 good point. So expert Q&As, get a title company partner that you work with, get a mortgage company person that you work with, and sit down and ask them the questions that your buyer and sellers ask you about things that you and I probably shouldn't talk about in detail in a platform that may get us in trouble with our license. Okay. All right. Monthly market reports and market updates. So these are two things that I can help you with today. Now, Keeping Current Matters will not resolve all of your video issues or all of your video challenges. I can't force you to get in front of a camera. However, I can at least suggest a couple of things that may help you. Has anyone used Real Talk or heard of Real Talk? Yes, some of you know. Well, don't worry about it. We're gonna do that right now. I am gonna put myself out there and I'm gonna actually go through a Real Talk video while we're on here together, okay? Now, monthly market reports, if you are a KCM member, this is a tool that is so darn effective. It is every single month we deliver a market report. It is lengthy and it is a lot of slides, but it is so detailed. And again, if you missed it in June, go take a look. I've listened to it now 6 times. It was delivered by our founder, Steve Harney, and it gives you a true deep dive into everything that had happened over that month prior and where we are today, with professionally designed slides you can share directly or turn it into a video yourself. And market updates, this is where Real Talk comes in. If you don't know about Real Talk, to me, it is like the video tool every realtor needs. And I'm not just saying that because I'm the brand director here at KCM. I'm saying that because I have seen after the fact, when I went from full-time to part-time in real estate, how effective it is and how it would have been a game changer in my business. Real Talk is an all-in-one video creator. You literally have your phone. When you become a member, you will go into the KCM mobile app. Okay. And it's going to bring up all of these scripts. And I'm going to do my best to show this to you, but I'm going to talk you through it because I know this is not the most ideal setting, but I'm going to shoot a Real Talk video on this webinar today. You receive scripts that are professionally written. You receive 3 new scripts every single week, so the information is current. And there's a built-in teleprompter, and you can record it as many times. So if you're one of those that's like, I don't like myself on camera, first, I just say to you, no one is good at anything when they first start. The more you do it, the better you will be. And the best agents out there are using video and content together integrated as a marketing tool. You've got to do it. This is one way you can do it without having to worry about scripts or anything. All right, we're going to do it right now. Are we ready? I'm going to stop sharing this for a second so I can be fully on camera. Give me 1 second. Am I here? Good? Okay. Hi, you guys. All right. So we're going back in here. I'm going to show this to you again. So I have my KCM mobile app right here. Inside, you do have scripts, you have blogs, you have graphics. So there are several things that you can actually get into directly from this app. I'm going to go directly into scripts. And as you will see, you've got so many that you can choose from. Okay. And again, all updated. Some are evergreen, so they'll last a bit longer, but anything that is not current will be removed and replaced by something that is. I'm going to do this first one, where experts say home prices are headed. And just to let you know some others, why today is a sweet spot for sellers. Lending standards have changed since the crash. Several different topics. We are going to do where experts say home prices are headed. You come in, and this actually shows you all the things that you're about to record, okay? This is the first script that I'm going to be reading on the teleprompter. This shows you the visual of what's going to come up as I'm doing the voiceover of this. Then we're going to have more script to read, and this says cut to camera, so then you know when you're going to be back on camera, so you can smile a little bit more and look like you're not reading, okay? And then it says record in Real Talk. Now, I'm going to show you something that we've added just recently. If you see this button here, customize script. This is something that we just added that I want to share because it's really cool. I can go in and let's just say I wanted to add a bit of a quirk about me. I wanted to change something. This in here says what's gonna happen. Maybe I'm not a gonna happen kind of person. I'm more of a going to happen. I don't know. I go in here and I click this edit button. And I immediately change it. And I'm going to say going to. And then, of course, if you spell it correctly, it does help. And then afterwards, I'm just going to add a little bit of my quirky flair and add like, oh yeah. So I'm going to tap in, oh yeah. And you know, whenever you're on camera live, things don't work as well. So bear with me. We're going to get through this together. All right. So I added, oh yeah, I added a couple of things. Click outside of the box, and then it's saved. Now, another tip, you can rehearse this. So this blue button says rehearse, green button says record. I prefer to try it in record because if I get a good take, then it's recorded. And you can record it as many times as you want. So I don't want you to feel like if you press record, it's a one and done. So I'm going to press record. Even if I mess up, I'm going to keep on going for the sake of time. This is 1 minute and 53 seconds. So stay with me. I'm going to actually show you how to record in Real Talk, and then we post it directly to social media in a minute after. Okay? All right, let's do this. Wish me luck. Record. All right. Now, of course, just some tips. You see that I have this backlight behind me. This is just in the sake of here, but you want to make sure that you are front lit and that you don't have a lot of mess behind you. Okay, so this ideally is not the best, but I want to make sure when you're doing it, you feel like you're looking like yourself. You have a good light in front of you, not behind you, and make sure your background is as clean and clear as possible. Okay, all right, so we're going to press record and we're going to go. And as a countdown, are you holding off on buying a home because you're worried about what's going to happen to home prices over the next few years? Oh yeah, I can help with that. What if I told you I had insight into over what 100 economists, real estate experts, and market strategists have to say about what lies ahead? Here's a look at what the expert forecast for estimated home prices, price performance through 2027. You may zero in on the slight drop for 2023 in red. I get it. But here's the thing. While prices did dip slightly earlier this year, they've already rebounded and are going back up across the country. What you really need to focus on is how much they're projected to continue climbing over the next few years. The green bars show prices are expected to appreciate in 2024 and beyond. So, what's that mean for you? It means the home you're thinking about buying should grow in value in the years ahead. But if you want to buy, based on these forecasts, that same home is going to cost you more later on. Ready to start your home search? Let's connect. All right, I did it. Just like that, finished it. Down here, start over. So if you didn't like it, you saw how I flubbed my words a little bit. I would have started over if I wasn't on the webinar with you guys. I think I usually re-record it maybe 5 or 6 times. So it's just like social media. You see all the good stuff. You don't see the 15 or 20 pictures that didn't work, right? You just see the one good one where the person's face is perfect. Same kind of thing. You get to re-record it as many times as you like. And then you get to preview it. And this is going to show you exactly what it's like. And of course, this is bad lighting. We're just doing this today. You want to make sure you're front lit and the background is beautiful and clean, okay? And then from here, this center button is going to show you to download. It says downloading file. Right from there, I go into my pictures and the file is there. That simple. Now I can text this to people. I can download it. I can include it in a presentation. I can include it in my e-newsletters, whatever it is. I can also go back into my KCM mobile app and I click the button, the share button. The Instagram is already downloaded and I did that because I connected it to Instagram, but I can go into all others and anything that I'm connected to in my phone, it will automatically post to. I can also text directly from here, okay? But I'm gonna do it in Instagram because it's the one that's connected. I simply click it, it opens it up. I have the opportunity to share it as a story or a feed. I share it as a story. I do all my snazzy stuff. I share it with my contacts and I'm done. Now I will tell you from start to finish, this usually takes me maybe 10 to 15 minutes, but that has gotten me so many responses. I've had people even in other markets say, I wish you were in my market because that was so much knowledge. And I've gotten better and better as I've actually gone over time. The best agents know how important video is and they use it to build their brand and their business. All right. And I know that all of you on here are at the top, so it's important that we tap into that. Number 2, why now? Home values continue to increase. The worst is behind us and we have a story to tell. It is so important that as real estate agents, we are combating the national headlines that are so negative and letting people know what's happening locally, what's really going on. And we know that the worst is behind us, that home prices are on a rise, that home values and stabilization it's stabilizing. So we've got to tell that story. And video is a great way. Buyers and sellers will be online. My question is, will you? And last but not least, so choose one video today and I will go back to that wonderful list, okay? Here are the videos that you can choose from and may I suggest real talk. I really do hope that you guys got some value out of this. I do know that we are, this is very different from your deep dive, but you will see me here and there. When you do see me, we'll be talking about, again, branding, marketing, and talking realtor to realtor because I'm so excited to be here with KCM, but also actively a real estate agent facing the same challenges that you face. So go out, be great, have an amazing week, and while you're at it, be the video expert. I'll see y'all next time.